fly, but you know, even tiny things can get curious. Some ways it feels wicked. Already, like diving into music and chords and a whole lot of stuff like geography, man.
Hey, and good Tuesday morning, guys. How y'all doing? Today's Tuesday, October the 21st, and the time is 10:31 a.m. It's a mix of clouds and sun here today. It's like on one side it's blue, on the other side it's gray, but it is still warm. So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, I have took one last tour on the Westminster Mall. It's a very nice place, but in a matter of weeks it will cease operations and it will be an abandoned place. It is sad to think of it like that, though it has been showing what would bring the situation to that point quite easily in the last 2 years.
Now, where do I come? I thought it would be a nice Tuesday morning to hang out here at the Crystal Cove. Well, still, it's a good day to walk on this trail. From what I found, we're getting into a zigzag of a weather pattern here these days. Well, when I say that, I mean like in the next few days. So if I would say it in degrees Fahrenheit first, today we go up to 77. Tomorrow the highest will be 69. Thursday will be 72, and Friday it will be 78. So in degrees Celsius, that would be 25, 20, 22, then 26 on Friday. It was fun swimming around that beach on Sunday, as much as I can, while I can, and as long as the temperatures stay at a good point, I try out more of those beaches, whether before or after daylight saving has ended. That would be some fun. Oh, look at this dude here. That thing is so big, but it's barely moving. Oh yeah, I said after it's ended. Well, we're still in October 21st, so daylight savings, like we're still using daylight savings until we get to November 2nd. So while we're using daylight savings, like I should have said it in the present tense, I mistakenly said it in past tense. That damn thing keeps coming up to me like a stalker. Well, no, of course, I'm just referring to a fly, but you know, even tiny things can get curious. Even more than Smokey, even more than Terry, those cats. Well, Terry especially, that cat that loves to move around the neighborhood a lot. In some ways it feels wicked. Yeah. So it's already been half of a semester already, like diving into music and chords and the circle of fifths. That's something that you should be familiar with if we're music experts. Here's the thing, I take 2 music classes, one sight singing, musicianship, whatever you call it, and the other one being theory, which they discuss more the circle of fifths in that one. But regardless of the concept of music, like you got 5 sets of lines, suppose that, and there's 12 keys on a keyboard. Well, that's the same amount of keys that you have in a keyboard, obviously, but like the key signature is, all right, we're getting a little bit steeper downhill there, but I won't go all the way down. But yeah, like a key signature that has relatives and parallels, majors, minors, and this, that. Generally, it's easy to tell what note the signature is if you put a specific number of sharps, a specific number of flats, whatever piece, or if you're just remixing a piece. Let's say its original version's in C major, but you're trying to remix it into A major. Writing it on paper, you would expect to see some of these like number sign B symbols. Well, depending on how many of those this chord has, but that's not my point. I have found out about, in the circle of fifths, about the note that is F sharp. Well, according to GarageBand, which I use, it, like, if I would set the major key, then it would say F sharp. Like, if I would play a piece in C, and I intend to have the chord in C, but then I translate it to F sharp, then it plays in F sharp. But here's a fun thing. You can use 6 sharps or 6 flats. That's how fun it gets. And yeah, I am talking about F sharp major when I say that. Like, it depends how you want to put it out, really. But as long as you put them out, it kind of gives the idea of how you want to perform. And the reason why it's so debatable when it comes to F sharp major chord, it's like if you put 6 of whichever symbol, then it's basically indicating where you want to put each of the notes. It's like if you use sharp, then you're gonna have to figure out which one is sharp. If you use flat, then just say you have to figure out which one is flat. And it's an easier way to use all 7 of the letters in music. And as long as you use 6 of whichever symbol you tend to use. Well, if you're performing a piece in F sharp major, of course, or if you're doing sight singing in F sharp major. Anyways, so I come to the visitor center here at this park so I can learn about many of the species that live in a habitat like this. Oh wow, check these out. You see, these animals look so realistic. You see even that cougar, whatever that is that's catching that bird, and that coyote. Hang on, is that oh, it's a bobcat. Yeah, sorry, that's a bobcat. My wrong. And that bird is a quail. But wow, just look at how it's put out there. Just look at how it's illustrated. Like he's just on the hunt for the bird. And there's a 3D view of the park here too, especially the trail. You see, it goes all the way from the rattlesnake trail and all the way to that part that is close to the sea. So yeah, 3D view of the whole area here. And you got these folks here, to a possum and the mountain lion. But yeah, this is a nice exploration, though there's not so much to really do there. But here you can learn about the hummingbirds. You can request to get a map from that small room of the wildlife section wherever you go, and about these hummingbirds. So it shows about 5 different types of hummingbirds that are commonly found in the Crystal Cove State Park. To be more specific, information about the 5 types of hummingbirds. Let's see what you got here. Rufus, Selus forest rufus in its Latin version, and they are eager to defend their habitat at times. They tend to be the most likely to turn out like snitches if you disturb them by any chance, just like rattlesnakes. So they can pinch like rattlesnakes. And another type, the Calypta costae, another one of those in Latin version. So during the breeding season, they can survive without water. And I just found out on the October event schedule that at 2 p.m. today, there's going to be an orientation program for, what are they two here? So yeah, they give specific information about organisms that live at the marine protected area and learn a lot about what they are likely to do and how they observe their habitat. And when, most importantly, when they're most likely to turn up And that's a whole lot of stuff like geography, man. Like, I haven't been good at geography when I was going to school. Hang on that. Not today, she says. Yeah, I just got airport package that came through. She'd be like, not today. Well, of course, it's that dog that is relaxing next to that white Mazda car. And when she sees, the thing is, when she sees strangers, she gets so excited and she tends to be sniffy. Like, she runs up to them at any unexpected moment. And she's picky about that too. Like, some days she does it, but some other days she just doesn't care. And it's a golden retriever type. The retrievers, the collies, the German shepherds, and the Pyrenees, whatever you call that white one. At least those are the nicer and calm ones. Unlike those bulldogs and all of those that show that they're likely to have rabies. Like, no, I hate them. My point of view, they're just too aggressive, too wild, and like, especially reflecting on one experience that I had like 2 years ago when I was riding on the bike. And I don't ride on my bike as much anymore after I started driving a car and a golf lot there. So the coming Sunday, October 26th, they are going to be closing their doors for one final time and relocate it somewhere else. Like, when I was doing my evening walk around here yesterday, I found this notice and I got so shocked. Well, it's not like about me being into golf. I'm nowhere even into that. But the place has been there only for like, what, 1 year, 2 years? Probably 2 years, I guess.
Well, what can I say? The short-lived business. Yeah. If I would, though, compare it with those bigger business places, such as shopping malls, like, in yesterday's video, I had given a statement while I was taking my last tour around the Westminster Mall that it initially opened in 1974, which by then in Turkey you would never hear of a thing called shopping mall. But in the US it was already a big trend by then. And suppose like in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, it's a place in which many people are getting in to do shopping and do fun, popular activities. And in the years to come, you look at it and it's about to close. The businesses are dying out and it's getting emptier. There's less activity, that kind of place. So yeah, that was kind of a kind of emotional trip there. Maybe I might do like a part of the video there, but something I would do on my gaming channel, maybe. That's just a mindset. A couple of alternatives include I could do a small part of a reaction video on my game channel, like maybe a 30 to 60 second portion of it at that place, or I could do a story time video over there talking about a specific topic or experience, whatever. But yeah, great mall, but it is closing soon. Well guys, it is gonna be the end of the vlog, just like that. An early end to today, 3:13 p.m. But now I'm gonna call that it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Bye.